And a happy Friday, one and all. Joe from Feel Like Craps. I do feel like craps today. I hope you do too. We rolled out Waylon's No Action Jackson on the last video. That's going to get taken down because it was a disaster in more ways than one. There were missed bets. There was inappropriate bets that didn't match the strategy because I should never try to do a video after a long day of work. That's the simple gist of that. So 10 shooters, we're going to try it again. $1,000 bankroll. And the No Action Jackson is going to give us 10 shooters. The stars of our show are here. We're waiting for a point. Dice are out. We should have had a lay bet up. 6-5, yo 11. So it doesn't matter. We either lay the 4 or lay the 10 for the come out for 100. Dice are out. Here we go. 3-2, Viva 5. First point is 5. That lay bet stays up until we get a resolution on this DC that's not a 6 or an 8. So we'll see. We'll see what the dice gods do. Dice are out. Here we go. And we get whacked on the lay bet. 3-1-4. We'll kill the lay bet. Now we're set up. Dice are out. That's a 6 the hard way, so we'll start winning back some of that loss. 35 won back out of the 100 that was lost there. Dice are out. 2 craps. That was 2 rolls too late. Dice are out. Hard 8, Bert and Ernie, square pair. 70 of the 100 is won back. This is our setup now for the remainder. Dice are out. Shooter continues on. There's the 7. 5-2, you're all through. This comes down. These 2 bets will lose, but it's $60. And look at that. I got 60 in the DC. So back to the rack she comes. -1. Back on the no 4 for the come out. Here we go. 5-3-8. That's just great. A point of 8. And we'll get set up. Dice are out. 6-5 frickin' yo 11. That's lovely. That'll cost us $60. Just in case of disaster, $5 yo. That ought to hedge that and stop the dice from rolling it. There's a 6. 5-1-6, and of course we can't use a 6, so the bet gets doubled in that case. If we roll if the DC goes to a 6 or an 8, the bet gets doubled. And we go back in the DC once again. We're looking for another point, a DC that's not a 6 or an 8. Dice are out. Here we go. And of course an 8. Of course. Bert and Ernie, the square pair. So now we got to put more money at risk here. We can't go into the DC. The lay 4 stays up. Dice are out. 5-1-6. Okay, so that loses. However, we've got 60 on it, so it's going to get 70 back. So that covered that one. The $60 place bet gets 70. We still don't have a successful don't point. Don't that's not a 6 or an 8. So here we go. The setup stays, and it's a 7. These dice are unfrickin' believable. All right, that cancels that. Those go back. The lay bet provides minimum relief. $2 VIG, we get 50 for that. That goes away. We're minus another shooter. Dice are out. 7 on the come out. 5, 2, 7. That's going to be good for 50 after we trade in 2. Thank you, lay bet. Dice are out. 5, 4, 9. A 9er ocean liner. 60 in the DC. 30 each on the 6 and the 8. The lay bet on the 4 stays up until we get a don't that's not a 6 or an 8. Dice are out. 3 craps, that's a winner in the DC. We'll take that 60. A well-timed craps number. Dice are out. 10 the hard way. 5, 5, 10. Puppy paws. This is going to travel behind the 10. The lay bet has to come down. We can't shut a lay bet off. If it's on the table, it's working. So we got to take it down if we don't want it. Dice are out. We're here for the duration. 5, 1, 6. That would be a mixer. We're going to try something different. I'm going to go 25 on the 9. We may as well try for another number. Dice are out. Easy 8, 5, 3, 8. $35. Thank you much. Dice are out. 3, 1, 4. We don't have the lay bet on the 4 now, thankfully. 5, 2, 7. I think we had another instance where I had a no 6 and I didn't pay it. I'm sure the video will tell us. And I'm sure I did it, but I'm not going to try to recap off of that now. So 5, 2, 7 will essentially be a wash. We lost the 25 that we won before, but it is what it is. Another shooter gone. Lay 4 on the come out. Dice are out. 7 on the come out. 4 tray on the come out. That's going to pay the line and it'll pay us too. But we will owe $2 first for the VIG. Let's pay 50. Dice are out. 12 craps. All the spots and dots we got. 4, 3, 7. Come out 7. Trade in 2, get 50. No objections. Dice are out. 2 craps. Spot and a dot. The least number of spots and dots we can get. 6, 3, nine, and 9. We finally have a point after about 4 rolls. We are ready to go. Dice are out. 12 craps. That's going to push the DC to the next roll. Dice are out. 5, 2, 7's going to kill it. And it's going to kill these guys too. We'll trade in our 2. This'll get paid 50. Minus 1. Puck is off, and here we go. Dice are out. 7 on the come out. 6, 1, 7. Trade in that. And get 50. Dice are out. 437. Another come out 7. If we were on the don't pass right now, we'd be crying. But we'll take the money on the lay. Dice are out. 3 craps. That's not, we're going to cost the line better some money there. 5, 4, 9. Back on that 9 for the point. Once again. The lay bet is going to stay up, and we're going to try to get started again, folks. $60 DC, 36, 38. Dice are out. It's an 8, of course. 5, 3, 8. We can't roll anything that's not a 6 or an 8 for these first couple. We got to get paid. We're not going to forget to pay ourselves this time. That's a $35 win for the place bet. Dice are out. 5, 4, 9. That's a point. That's going to get placed there. This is going to come back to me. And we're just going to let everything work. Dice are out. Here we go. 6, 1, 7. Unbloody believable. All right. Those are going to come down. These are going to lose. But here's one $60 payment. We made back the losses on the place bets. And we're going to get a little more. A little added zest, so to speak, to bring back to the rack. That was a come out 7, so the shooter count's not going to be affected. I'll go back up on the lay bet. Actually, that was not. That was not. We had a point, so the shooter count needs to go down. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Fever 5 to stay alive. A 4-1 Fever. That's our buddy, the 5er race car driver. We like race cars. Oh, do we ever like race cars? Let's get set up here. See if we can roll something other than a 6 or an 8. Dice are out. That's a 7. That's lovely. .7 out. We'll get rid of that. The lay bet's going to pay 50 after we... actually, keep that in there. This is $3. This goes back, and we get to keep these two. Four shooters to go. Dice are out. Back on the 5. 1, 4, 5. All right, folks, the moment of truth has arrived. And that's the point. 3, 2, 5. Buckshot. We have a don't, though, so this can come back to me. And we're just going to play it out. Dice are out. We work. 5, 4, 9. New point is 9. Six, 5. Yo, 11. See a horn, bet a horn. Point hit, 6, 3, 9. That'll reset that. Dice are out. Hard 4. Thankfully, no lay bet on the 4. It's our new point. 3 craps. That's a 1, 2, 3. 426. 35 buckaroos. Back to the rack jack. Dice are out. 3 craps once again. That's the old 1, 2, 3. Craps 12. Craps. That's a horn number. Got 2 horn numbers in a row. Dice are out, and that's a 7. Of course, with all those horn numbers and 5s, there had to be a 7 at some point. Pay it. Off we go. 3 shooters remain. Lay 4 on the come out. Dice are out. 4, 1, fever 5. Back on the 5 for the point. Here we go again, folks. You know the drill by now. Why am I doing that? We ask ourselves. Oops. Stand by on the count. Dice are out. 6, 2, 8, of course. I tell you, we just can't do it today, folks. We're going to get paid 35, so we'll take care of that after I up that. Here's 35. We got to go back in the DC again because we don't have anything that's not a 6 or an 8. That's a 10. That's not a 6 or an 8, so that's good. It's an easy 10. This travels down. This comes back to my rack. And we're ready to go. Dice are out. Continuing on. 2, 1, 3. Could have used that a roll ago. 4, 2, 6. That's a mixer. Oh, a 2x4 rather. That one's good for 35. So 35 back to the rack jack. Hard 8. That's going to lose the upstairs bet. However, it's going to win 70. So we'll take another 10 bucks. And there's no more need to keep that bet doubled. So goes back to the $30 level. Dice are out. 6, 4, 10. We're going to get skunked. So now we got to do 60 in the DC again. Our no 4 needs to come back out. Here they come. 4, 1, 5. Our point has been hit. Take it back. It's provided its protection. Dice are out. Looking for a point. 2 craps. Use the do's to pay the don'ts. That's a come out craps. 5, 4, 9. New points is 9. Dice are out. Continuing on. 5, 4, 9. Buckshot. Again, we're still working. We have no reason not to be. 4, 3, 7. That's a cancel. $60 will win here. $60 will lose here. So that clears that out. No 4 on the come out. Dice are out. 6, 3, 9. Back to Nina for the point. We got a good shooter in the house. Dice are out. Hard 6, a pair of trays. Of course, that's one of our no action numbers, so pay it. We're going to pay it first. Should have paid it first. It's going to be 35 for the place bet because we got to go back in the DC. Dice are out. 325 Fever. Back down this one goes. And that's our setup. Dice are out. 6 the hard way. 336. This is a loser, but we got 70 underneath. So we're going to bring another $10 back to the rack. So our loss is covered. No need to keep that bet elevated now. And we'll just play this setup out. Dice are out. Yo 11. Yo Levine, the dancing queen. Seldom bet and hardly seen. Here we go. Except here. We roll it here all the time. 6, 4, 10. Big Ben, our best friend, number 10. 6, 2, 8. That will be a $35. $35 to fill the rack. Continuing on. Here we go. 639. Point is hit. Dice are out. Yo 11 on the come out. Frontline winner. 6-5 yo. 4-2-6. Easy 6. Point is 6. Dice are out. Very good shooter here. He's still going. Hard 4. 2-2-4 the hard way. Hard 8. Bert and Ernie, the square pair. That's good for 35. Dice are out. 6-2-8. Back to back. Another version of the 8. Another $35 richer are we. Dice are out. 2 craps. Five, 1, 6. Up another point. Hit by our shooter. $35. Thank you much. And again, we are working the come out. No reason not to. Dice are out. 6, 4, 10. It's Big Ben, our best friend. Our shooter keeps making points and knocking them down. So here we go. Let's see some 6s and 8s. That's our don't. 325. That's going to cost us. We got to go back up with the no 4. And $60 on the DC. Dice are out. Let's see if we can get a new don't. Hey, there's $60 back. We'll win it back. 1, 2, 3. Craps. That's going to be good for 60 in the DC. Back to the rack, Jack. Dice are out. Off the table. Timeout. They've retrieved the die that went off the table. It has been thoroughly examined by the casino staff. No chicanery. We're ready to go. Dice are out. 325. Fever will go back on that 5 for the no, or for the don't. See if the shooter can roll some more 6s and 8s. There's a 3 craps. That could have been useful a roll ago, but we're not going to look a gift horse and a puss. 6, 2, 8. Easy 8 is good for 35. Keep the profits coming. Dice are out. 6, the easy way. 5, 1, 6. Another 35. Trade this in. This is good for a black chip. Dice are out. 4. Ballerina roll. the double deuce. Dice are out. Here we go. Next roll. 3, 2, 5 will get hit again. $60 there. 100 on the no 4. And the dice are out. That's the point. Hard 10, puppy paws. That's going to come down there. That'll reset the puck. And again, no reason not to work the come out. Here they come. 5, 1, 6. That is a $35 winner. Very hot shooter in the house here. Dice are out, continuing on. 3, 1, 4, and he's rolling them when we're not on that lay bet. So that's wonderful. Roll it all you want if our lay bet's not up there. Dice are out, continuing on. Back to back. Easy 4 and then a hard 4. 6, 4, 10. We're going to get hit once again on the no 10. So we got to go back here again and go back with this. Dice are out. And there's the 7, long awaited. We'll keep that out. This all gets to go back. We owe the casino $2, and we'll keep this 50 for the lay bet. So just an 0-4. 2 shooters remain. 4, 2, 6. Easy 6. Back on the 6. A new shooter has a point of 6. Let's see if we can make it. Dice are out. 5, 1, 6. Point is made. We're going to get paid 35 on the place bet, so take that right now. But we're going to have to take 30 of it to up this. So, because we're going to work the come out. No reason, again, no reason not to. Dice are out. 5, 2, 7 on a come out. So this is going to come down to get paid by that. This is going to cover this quite nicely. So get $2. Get 50. Take this away. We actually come out $15 ahead. And take it all back. Our final shooter of our session is ready to take his crack at things. Dice are out. Here we go. 3, 2, fever. No field 5. I'll try it. Shooters, dice are out. 5, 6, 5, yo. That'll cost us. Yeah, what are you going to do? Coverage, $5 yo. That'll stop it from happening. Dice are out. 6, 2, 8. Of course. You know, we don't roll a yo, we roll a frickin' number that we get no action on. So there's 35. That'll cover that. And we got to go back in the DC again for 60. $5 coverage on the yo. Dice are out. That's a hard 8. Unfrickin' believable. All right. That's going to come up. That's going to lose, but we're going to get 70 for the place bet and put it right back. Take the 10 back to the rack. $5 coverage on the yo. Dice are out. 1 dot short of disaster. Hard 10. The lay bet comes down for now. And we're going to play this out. Dice are out. 7 out. Very quick. Very, very quick. This pays that. This comes down. We take that back, but we're going to win 60 on the no 10. So we get to take all of this back to the rack. And we're counting up. We got to get to 1,000. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. Here's another 5. I'll just check that to make sure that it is. If it covers all the way to the back, then it is. Yes, that's 500, and we got some profit, folks. Now that we finally paid it out the way we should have paid it out. $200. Hey, there you go. $215 in profit. I think we might have missed one of these 6 or 8s in the early part of the video, so who knows. It's very confusing for me for some reason. I get so caught up with the fact that this no 6 comes up here and I got to double this bet, and I forget to pay the place bet. So my apologies. We'll work on that for the future, but we're in profit, and the strategy was rolled out maybe 95% correctly as opposed to, 35 or 45% correctly on the dud video. So, as always, folks, whenever we go to the casino, remember, we never bet with money that we cannot afford to lose. Until the next time, Joe from Feel Like Craps here. I always feel like craps. I hope that you do too. Till the next time we meet, as our Craps Marathon weekend rolls off, be well, stay safe, and may those dice gods be forever in your favor.